Vajiha Heather,
Hi, and I'm Fatma Arif.
and we're back with another episode of Mixtape Between the Lines, where we discuss pop culture, what we have watched, what we have liked, what we have read, what we have liked, what we have not liked that much. However, a little disclaimer here, we're no culture experts, just two friends who like to share a little bit about what their opinion on things is. So today is a very special episode. We have our first guest on our show. With us, we have my friend, the writer, the poet, the lawyer, and now a publisher too, Safina Danish Ilahi. Hi, Safina.
Hi Vijiha, hi Fatma. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you? How's the weather in Karachi?
Oh, it's enjoying very much enjoying the heat without getting sick.
Acha. So Safina's third book, The Idle Stance of the Tippler Pigeon, has been longlisted for the Asian Fiction Prize 2023. She's an amazing writer and an overall amazing person, cool person to hang out with. So, Safina, can you share a little bit about your journey, how you decided to write, what your routine is, where you write, when you write, how often you write, things like that?
And I would
Vijiha,
specifically
I've been
add, uh,
reading and writing for pretty much reading for about
Yeah.
75% of my life. Um, Started writing poems, I think maybe in my 20s. In my college years, my professor of English said that this is something that I should look into. I completely ignored him and thought that he was just trying to be nice to me. Never really thought about writing anything. Started writing poems just for
Hmm.
myself, whenever I was feeling something, sort of like a Dear Diary situation. But it just turned out that they turned into poems. And then when I started writing fiction, it was, I think, about 2018, maybe. I wrote a story, didn't know what to do, didn't know how the publishing process works, especially in Pakistan. Tried to talk to people who are readers, writers, editors, started going to events, book launches, tried to talk to similar minded people, gave me vague information about, how to do the process of writing and finishing a book. I got in touch with an editor, I asked her, I'd written like 10,000 words or something at that point. And I asked her, I was like, is this even worth showing someone? Because I didn't really know, very like low confidence in terms of what I was doing. Didn't have a community. Don't have a family that is literary or belongs to a certain. Um, haven't have attended festivals, but as listeners, So anyway, she said that no, this is something that I'd love to see where this is going. And she sort of came on board, edited half of it, had to leave for personal reasons, reached out, once I finished the story, reached out to another editor, reached out to publishers. That happened in Pakistan. So that's the basically Eye on the Prize key story. The poetry collection I put together, reached out to a publishing house. That also happened. And then third novel is basically like third book and second novel is basically when I knew what I was doing. By the time like this came out, I had fairly a good idea of how this is done. I had also started Reverie by then. So in terms of just timeline, this is what happened. When I write, how I write is very sporadical. No routine. I have two children. I serve on two boards. I am just starting another business as well. So there's just a lot going on. I think I have spells, so an editing spell comes, and then I do 15 days of just, like 6 hours a day, just reading, writing, because, I need to be reading something similar of the similar genre to be able to edit or write a new passage. And it has to be in one go because I forget. I forget what my character was feeling. I forget where my character was going. So it needs to be in one go. And then I kind of sort of, put it aside. And if like another round of editing happens, then I have to read the whole thing one more time and then start it again. So 15-20 days of that. And then like almost no writing, but reading always. I'm always reading at least a minimum of 1 book and a maximum of 3 books.
It is actually imperative to read. You know,
Yeah.
children these days, I mean, they are reading a lot, but they're still not reading as much as they should be
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
And many
Yeah.
children are actually writing without reading. So that's another discussion
Yes.
altogether. But yes, so you are a publisher, Safina. Fatma, do you want to
Yeah,
maybe
so
talk
yeah,
about a little
yeah.
bit of.
For
Yeah.
me, it was very interesting when Vijaya was giving your introduction, because I didn't know that you were a lawyer by profession as well. So I would, while I ask my question related to the publishing, I would like you to, a little bit touch upon that. How did that happen? Was it by choice? Yeah, a lot of people in Pakistan don't really pick up professions because of their passion. वो बाद में transition होती है. Was this the case, or was that also by choice as well? And in terms of publishing, you are a female publisher. पाकिस्तान में overall publishing का अगर हम देखें तो इतना positive हाल नहीं है. But when a woman doing it, entering into the publishing field, already जब एक कोई automated system नहीं है, I'm pretty sure there are going to be challenges, not gender related specifically, but yes, in generally in publishing in Pakistan, and specifically being a woman publisher. So your thoughts on that, and anything that you would specifically like to
Okay.
share when you started the business, the stuff you faced personally.
For sure. Thank you for that question, Padma. So, being a lawyer, I did my law degree fairly late. तो उस वक्त तक जब तक मैं I started interning, I was already writing, and I think that law seems like a profession that is for single people or single women. You know, बच्चों के साथ रूटीन के साथ बड़ा वो उनकी जो एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है कि रात के 10 बजे तक रुके और सुबह like कोर्ट जाएं और सब कुछ करें. So while I was interning, I knew that this is not something that I can do full time, which is why my master's then was in publishing and writing. I think I took law as a base degree, not so much as practicing it. And why I went into publishing was because मैं जो अपनी first book की अभी कहानी सुना रही थी, उसमें जो ये पूरा process था, I felt like putting together the book, even though the book was published traditionally by a Pakistani publisher, they didn't really have in-house editors or a lot going on in terms of producing a book. It was almost like me submitting a book, and that was that. They had to publish it as it is. So the entire editing process and everything had to be done by the author herself or himself. तो उस वक्त मैंने ये सोचा कि अगर सब कुछ मैं खुद कर ही रही हूँ तो why don't I provide this service and this platform for other people? क्योंकि मैं अपनी जिंदगी में कितनी किताबें लिख लूंगी, 4 लिख लूंगी, 5 लिख लूंगी, 6 लिख लूंगी, like I have a finite number of stories that I can tell personally, right? But when I met these people, a lot of them were writers, a lot of them were as confused as I was. And I thought that why don't I become that funnel, that channel? And there wasn't, and there still isn't, to be honest, much going on in terms of publishing in Pakistan, क्योंकि किसी को भी एक feasible business नहीं लगता और सही लगता है ये, क्योंकि there's hardly any money in it. Recognition है, I think people do appreciate the little bit that I'm doing and the other publishers are doing. But again, like if I do hold a specific degree and I've spent money on my education, then my time and efforts are worth something as well. अब मैं कहीं और काम करूं तो मुझे कुछ तो pay करेंगे ना, to spend as many hours that I do with my publishing house. So I feel like it's sort of like a brave thing that people in Pakistan do, that they involve themselves in publishing. Again, because there are not many things that you can do. Like a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, can we work for you? Can you give do you have internships?" And I'm like, "Yes," but the thing is that for me to design an internship, then I would have to work around you. अभी तो मेरी flexible hours है, सब कुछ है, मुझे पता है कैसे मैंने manage करना है. I do other things apart from publishing and writing as well. But for it to make it full time and then make it in a way that is profitable, and then it reaches everyone in Pakistan, it's a big enough affair. Distribution is sorted, marketing is sorted. All of that bit, is still kind of up in the air. Like I take very few projects. इतना आसान नहीं है. Then when you say about, sort of a gender bias, that I feel like not just publishing, but anywhere, like wherever I've shown up, if I've shown up in a boardroom, if I've shown up to a contractor, मैं कोई project पे काम कर रही हूँ, एक automatically वो, it comes with a caveat, it comes with a अच्छा, मतलब, थोड़ा सा हल्का लेते हैं, थोड़े time बाद, once you show people results, once you start a relationship with them, only then do they realize how serious you are. So I think, that bit, like, you face in every field, not just publishing. But yeah, I have faced that when people, just, if I'm like if I'm assertive, it'll be like, oh, kitni pushy hai, like, why is she like being so aggressive? And the thing is that, like, when a man is aggressive, it's okay because that's how they deal with things. अगर हम किसी तरह से थोड़ा सा stress ज़्यादा डाल दें किसी चीज पे, तो वो automatically थोड़ा सा ना impolite लगने लग जाता है.
True.
Exactly, because of how we have been treated, we have been, raised with this thing कि अच्छा अभी polite रहना है बहुत ज़्यादा, because politeness में ही हम लोग फारिग हो जाते हैं. But Safina, how is the overall publishing industry right now? Like, how do you feel about the publishing industry right now in Pakistan? Because I feel, ever since the book ban happened, like when did it happen? In 2019 or
2019.
something? 19,
Yeah.
right? उस वक्त से I do not think that things have actually improved. Like I thought कि because a lot of local publishing houses have opened up और ये वो, तो things are going to get better. But मुझे लग रहा है कि things are still the same. Nothing is
Yeah.
happening, nothing is improving. And people, I mean, you yourself, we are actually trying कि हम लोगों की books जो हैं वो बाहर publish हो जाएं, because of course यहाँ पे कोई publishing industry है ही नहीं ना. It's like there's no publishing industry whatsoever. So what do you think about that?
अब जी हाँ, देखिए, उस वक्त जब बुक बैन हुआ, एंड रेवरी also sort of came as a byproduct of that book ban, I feel. And so did Zuka, Meher
Yeah.
ने अपना शुरू किया,
Ala
तैयबा ने
books,
अपना शुरू
हाँ.
किया.
Right.
Yeah, so there were a couple of projects, a couple of organizations, I'd say, that sort of came about as a result of that ban. क्योंकि हमने बोला कि अब हमारी किताबें इंडिया नहीं जा सकती. India was the biggest
Exactly.
market. वहाँ पे फिर भी कुछ number of copies publish होती हैं, वहाँ readers भी ज़्यादा हैं, यहाँ से ज़्यादा हैं. तो it was like a, we never kind of developed our publishing because we said कि India है, वहाँ पे publish होती हैं, वहाँ से कुछ 100 copies पाकिस्तान भी आ जाती हैं for book launches and stuff, and that's good enough for
And
Pakistani writers. That's
हाँ,
how
हाँ,
it
exactly.
has, जी, yeah, how it has been happening before. अब जब 2019 में ये हुआ, रेवरी आया, हमने 3-4 बड़े मजे के बहुत अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स किए, we ended up making a mark, 1-2 awards भी मिल गए, 2-3 बड़े writers भी, we picked on, we had we were fortunate enough to get Shehan's book,
Yeah.
ये है 7 Moons of Miley Almeida, Moni Mohsin की book publish की. So things started to look up, like it felt like ये बिक जाएंगी किताबें और ये ये एक मॉडल बन जाएगा जिसमें maybe through festivals and launches and authors push and all of that, we're going to be able to sell. And then I feel like 2000, अच्छा फिर COVID भी बीच में आ रहा था, so COVID में we did a lot of online marketing, a lot of online sessions and stuff. और उसके बाद जब मतलब COVID के बाद एक हमने बोला कि अब दुनिया फिर से खुलेगी, तो अब फिर हम physical एक्टिविटीज करेंगे, सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. उसके बाद मुझे लगता है कि mid of last year, which is 2023, there's been rapid inflation, right? हर कुछ basically, मतलब अब आप प्राइस में अगर 3 साल से पहले भी देखें तो ऑलमोस्ट आपकी डबल हो गई है. तो मुझे ये लगता है कि डिस्पोजेबल इनकम जो है ना, that has been substantially reduced in Pakistani people. अब होता क्या है कि सबसे पहले तो आपके खाना, बेसिक नीड्स, शेल्टर आ गया, ठीक है. उसके बाद आपके एजुकेशन आती है बच्चों की, फिर आपके somehow कपड़े आते हैं, like you have to, आपका आना जाना,
Very important, exactly, हाँ.
Yeah. So what I feel is that people who maybe would buy books, they need to first buy things that are more important to them. अब वो हमारी सोसाइटी में ना किताबें ऐसे नहीं समझी जाती कि I mean, for me, it's like breath, you know? Like if I don't read books or have books, मुझे लगता है कि जैसे मतलब मैं कुछ बढ़ ही नहीं हूँ. Like I'm not growing, I'm not breathing. It's food for me. But I know that I am an anomaly. Like ऐसे नहीं है लोगों के साथ. काफी मेरे आसपास भी लोग ऐसा नहीं समझते कि अगर एक बुक ना पढ़ रहे हो हर वक्त तो कुछ हो जाएगा, you know? तो उसमें क्या होता है कि जब बुक्स भी थोड़ी महंगी हुई, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली हमारी कॉस्टिंग सब कुछ बढ़ गई, जो मैंने रॉयल्टीज दी, स्पेशली जो बाहर के मतलब पेंगुइन के थ्रू या इंडिया के थ्रू जो हमने राइट्स लिए, वो मुझे बहुत महंगे पड़े. तो जब वो एक्सपेंसिव पड़े तो मुझे बुक कॉस्ट्स भी थोड़ी सी इंक्रीज करनी पड़ी, प्रिंटिंग और पेपर महंगा हो गया. So, you know, we had to translate that a little bit on the price of books, and that I think really made the sales go down. So जो थोड़ा बहुत मुझे लग रहा था कि maybe there's a future, you know, in terms of if I sell all my books and even if I have like a less than 5% margin, but I can still keep it rolling and, you know, keep it going. That somehow, I mean, मुझे थोड़ा सा बबल बर्स्ट होता हुआ नजर आ रहा था, क्योंकि जब सेल्स मैंने देखी तो I was just like, what am I going to do with so many books? You know, मैं इतनी छाप तो रही हूँ, but at the end of the day, people have to buy these books. अब होता क्या है कि chicken before the egg, और वो marketing में भी वही चलता है. हर चीज की marketing की जरूरत होती है. But the thing is that my budgets are so small, and so is the case with all publishing houses in Pakistan, कि हम ज्यादा कुछ marketing में लगा नहीं सकते. हम क्या कर लेंगे? You know, Bookstagram हो जाएगा, TikTokers हो जाएंगे, खुद
Exactly.
अपने सोशल मीडिया पे थोड़ा बहुत पुश कर लेंगे. मतलब we can't do billboards, we can't do ads in magazines, we can't really do anything else apart from like a little bit of online marketing and stuff. फिर दूसरी बात ये है कि हम सारे बुक स्टोर्स तक नहीं रीच कर पाते. तो we have like my distribution network is 3-4 big stores in Pakistan, um, and that's not also a lot. So they order 20 books, 30 books, you know. उसमें हमारा churn out नहीं होता. Like it's not enough sales for us to sustain ourselves. And yeah, I mean, there are a couple of hurdles that, you know, one needs to sort of figure out. I spoke to some publishers in the UK. They were interested in buying some rights from Pakistan. You know, so a lot of it has to do with collaboration, and like really pushing limits here. क्योंकि सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में रह के हमारे पास नहीं है इतनी readership.
Exactly. But have you talked to any publishing houses in the UK or, you know, on any one of your book tours? You know, are they interested in opening up branches here? Yeah, you know, coming to Pakistan. Of course, it's a long shot. Of course, it's a long shot. But why?
Yeah.
What is the reason? Why don't they want to?
Well, there are 2-3 reasons. एक reason ये है कि वो तो पाकिस्तान को rights भी नहीं देना चाहते. बड़ी मुश्किल से देते हैं.
हाँ,
क्योंकि
but
यहाँ
why?
पे
हाँ.
paying policies बहुत वो हैं. एक तो एक साल के बाद वो राइट्स के पैसे देते हैं. अब होता क्या है, पाकिस्तानी ऑथर्स हु आर पब्लिश्ड इन द यूके, इंडिया, इवन यूएस, उनको पाकिस्तान भी बुक्स लेके आनी होती है. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, वो बुक्स अपनी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, उनके जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स हैं उनके थ्रू ऑर्डर करते हैं, एंड देन द बुक रन्स आउट, राइट? एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस, दे डोंट ऑर्डर मोर, क्योंकि मतलब उनको लगता है अच्छा शायद ये इतनी अब और नहीं चलेगी. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट the Pakistani writer who is being sold and who is doing well, उनकी किताब फिर भी पाकिस्तान नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि ये एक थोड़ी सी मर्जी वाली बात हो जाती है कि अच्छा बुक स्टोर ने सोचा कि और नहीं करते ऑर्डर, यू नो. वहां के पब्लिशर्स क्यों नहीं यहाँ पे आना चाहेंगे? अगेन बिकॉज इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल. कोई 200
Right.
किताबें छापने के लिए इधर अपना बेस नहीं बनाएगा, यू नो. They need to do 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 copies. हमारे पास 500 नहीं बिकती हैं. वेरी ऑनेस्टली 500 किताबें बेचना बहुत मुश्किल है यहाँ पे. एंड अगेन लाइक आई मेंशन, पेइंग पॉलिसीज, अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स पेमेंट्स इतनी लेट होती हैं कि उनका भी जो फिस्कल ईयर है वो पूरा निकल जाता है और हमारी तरफ से पेमेंट्स ही नहीं होती. मतलब रेवरी हैज नॉट, यू नो, फॉर्चुनेटली डन दैट. वी पे इन एडवांस, बट अगेन लाइक आई हैव टेकन अ हिट फॉर दैट, राइट? मतलब पैसे भी सारे दे दिए, किताबें भी पूरी नहीं बिकी, सो आई एम लेफ्ट विद अ लॉट ऑफ, you know, stock as well. And then the third point is piracy. So they don't know, even if they do publish here, वो सारा setup वगैरह करें, यहाँ पे आराम से कोई भी किताब कहीं पे भी प्रिंटर के पास जाएं तो वो कॉपी कर देंगे और फिर कोई रॉयल्टी उसके पास नहीं जाएगी, ऑथर्स के पास नहीं जाएगी. द पब्लिशर डजंट मेक एनीथिंग. ऑल दे नीड इज लाइक वन प्रिंटिंग मशीन और उसको वो 1/4 प्राइस में दे कैन रेप्लिकेट इट without paying the cover designer, paying the author, paying the publisher, paying anyone who's involved in the publishing of the book. So there are a
Hmm.
few like intellectual property situations, a few payment situations, a few like sort of just readership situation that would probably not want that would hinder publishing houses from other parts of the world to set base here in Pakistan. However, जो ये राइट सेल करते हैं उसमें इनको फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत फायदा हो जाता है बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट एडिशनल. मतलब अगर मुझे कोई पब्लिशिंग हाउस रीच आउट करता है तो पाकिस्तान इज लाइक अ नॉन मार्केट फॉर देम, राइट? सो इवन इफ दे गेट $1,000 फ्रॉम आवर एंड, दैट्स गुड इनफ फॉर देम बिकॉज देर लाइक ओके, एक और कंट्री से $1,000 मिल रहे हैं. So selling their rights is a better solution for them. I was talking in terms of selling books from here to there. कि यहाँ एक locally
Right.
published book हो जो मैं एक समथिंग यूके के पब्लिशर को उसके राइट्स सेल करूं and then they distribute it internationally, like globally. So that would make sense because then they would pay me a margin of it to me and a margin of it to the author, and sort of just take the books from our hands and do their thing, with their distributors and their, courier companies and however it's done. फिर उनकी Amazon पे जाती है. हमारे पास देखिए यहाँ पे Amazon भी नहीं है, deliver
Amazon
भी
भी
नहीं
नहीं है,
करता.
exactly. It's just
So if we had that, अगर region में भी deliver कर रहा होता तो हमें उससे फायदा होता क्योंकि फिर हमारी सारी किताबें आसानी से Amazon जाती. So for my Amazon account जो मैं अब Reverie का शुरू कर रही हूँ उसमें भी ये है कि I needed like a US bank account, I needed like certain details that only you can do once you have some things figured out. So it's like a complicated process. It's not as easy as it should be. अमेरिका में बैठे हुए तो आप बस पब्लिश करें वहां पे और Amazon पे पब्लिश हो जाती है, उसके बाद वो हर जगह डिलीवर हो जाएगी, पूरी दुनिया में भी हो जाएगी, so they have it very easy. We don't have that kind of network support.
So Safina, given
Right.
you have like given and honestly given a very detailed situation जो practically face होती है, because otherwise तो एक बड़ा generic सा stance लोग बोल देते हैं वो लोग का पढ़ते नहीं है because social media आ गए तो attention span खत्म हो गया. But obviously any किसी भी चीज को, किसी भी product को आप देख लें, it's a business. वही वाली बात जो आप कह रही हैं कि local publishing requires a lot of marketing. और वो marketing के proper channels होते हैं. Just because you are able to use your own personal social media doesn't mean you can use it for marketing as well. So given all the scenario, being in the industry, again थोड़ा सा वो cliched सवाल है, but any hopes and aspirations, वही आप वाली बात कि जब ये book ban लगा था तो यहाँ पे एक बड़ी wave आई थी, and as a reader I was a pretty enthusiastic person as well कि शायद ये they pick up and they we can actually be able to establish our own industry. Obviously उसका scale and size time लगता है हर चीज build होने में, लेकिन कुछ हो. लेकिन इन द एंड हमारे पास वही दो चीजें थी, लिबर्टी बुक्स है, रीडिंग्स है. अगर आप दुकानों की बात करें, जो पुराने फिरोज और एक दो पुराने बड़े नाम
and publishers as well.
या वो सारा कुछ जो है सिस्टम लिटरली उसका डाउनफॉल होता हुआ नजर आया. आई रिमेम्बर कि इसी टाइम के अराउंड फातिमा भुट्टो की बुक आ रही थी, न्यू किंग्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. तो और ये बुक बैंक के अराउंड ही के टाइमलाइन, इफ आई एम नॉट लाइक मिस्टेकिंग, अराउंड कोई टाइम था. सो जो पाकिस्तान में उसका वर्जन था वो फिर लिबर्टी बुक्स ने प्रिंट किया था, जो भी वट एवर द राइट सिस्टम, आई थिंक वही जो आप बता रहे हो. सो all of this, keeping all of this in mind, any hopes and aspirations for for the industry in this country?
Despite all the challenges, I mean, one thing that kind of drives me, and I hope that only on that basis this somehow works out, is that I read exceptional writing. इतनी मेरे पास मजे मजे की किताबें और इतनी मजे मजे की स्टोरीज आती हैं that I wish that there was more that I could do. But at this point I feel like there are more writers than readers in Pakistan. तो जो थोड़ी होप ये है कि लोग लिख तो रहे हैं, people are writing, and they're writing great short stories. और अभी मैंने 2 anthologies की हैं, जो एक जीनत हारून anthology है, बल्कि वजीहा was moderating one of the panels. Then I moderated a panel with Ananke, it's a UAE based festival. उसमें भी there were 5 women who had written fantasy stories. अब वो इतनी मतलब they were just such fantastic stories कि आप सोचते हैं ना कि मतलब एक तो ये ख्याल कहाँ से आया, and the writing was so good. So when you see writing like that, you have hope. You have hope even as a country. I won't even say hope in publishing. You have hope in the future of I mean, I wouldn't say future generation because it's probably like my generation that those writers belong to as well. बट मजा आता है पढ़ के, क्योंकि ऐसे लगता है कि जैसे जहन खुला हुआ है, when you read these stories, when you talk to these people, you feel like there is more, and this should one should continue to do whatever one is. तो मैंने बेसिकली अपने पब्लिशिंग हाउस में एक जो कहानी की हुई है वो ये है कि आई डू प्रोवाइड अ सेल्फ पब्लिशिंग सर्विस एज वेल. तो उससे क्या होता है कि कोई चीज जो in that year or in that quarter, I'm unable to take on because I can't, for example, invest in 500 copies of a book because I've already committed to somebody else. But that writer is willing and is fortunate or is can afford to pay. They can then pay for my service and pay for those 500 copies, and we do it. The entire process is similar to how we do traditional publishing. The only thing is कि वो पहले से 500 copies मुझसे खरीद लेते हैं. So what happens is that
Right.
I
Huh.
get this big amount to run my business, and I help them, and I only take stories and I only take writers that are already good. So I won't take like a mediocre or a bad story and be like, अच्छा चले पैसे दें तो मैं आपके लिए ये छाप लेती हूँ, because obviously my name, my company's name is attached to it. तो ऐसे नहीं है कि कोई भी bad quality चीज आ जाती है, but in that case at least there are more books that we can do, and I reduce my risk because then I'm not left with 500 copies and don't know what to do with them. And this, by the way, model is being it's done all over the world. So
Right.
a lot of publishers in the UK, even US, India, ये सारी जगहों पे ये मॉडल फॉलो होता है, जिसमें इन द एंड लाइक आई नो समबडी हु इज डूइंग हर MFA विद मी. शी सेल्फ पब्लिश, उनके पास तो खैर Amazon है, तो उनको तो किसी पब्लिशर के पास भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पे क्योंकि नहीं है Amazon, so we can provide that service for you. But she published her book on Amazon. It was a bestseller. She then was approached by an agent, publisher. It's a New York Times bestseller. मतलब वो बिल्कुल ही self-publishing route के through. In fact, I think even Colleen Hoover had published her first book.
I think her first book was
yeah.
self-published.
I think
Yeah.
the first novel was
Ha, ha, ha,
self-published.
ha, ha.
So that's the idea, that sometimes what happens is that your book is just not landing on the right desk. But you take the risk, you do it on your own, then people read your book and they say that, okay, this is a good writer and we like what she has to say. And that sort of works out. So that works for the publisher as well, right? क्योंकि हमें already आपने थोड़ा सा capital मिल गया, जिससे फिर we can use that money to publish more books. So kind of like a balancing act, and part of the reason why we're still in business. क्योंकि अगर मैं वो ना कर रही होती तो it would have been just loss, and then like how many years do you go into loss? Like
Exactly.
at some point तो आपने बोलना है ना कि what am I doing? Like how much money do I put in? That's sort of like personal capital into the business. But this sustains it and even makes a little bit of a profit for Reverie, and it then further helps us at least continue business for some years to come.
Right. Acha, Safina, whenever we meet, we talk about literary festivals and how they are
Yes.
helping, or if they are not helping with the overall literary scene in Pakistan. So I often think about young writers, or chalo young writers na kahe, first time writers or new writers, chalo, ठीक है, new writers. I often think that, not a lot is being done for them as far as, as supporting them is concerned. I think, not a lot is being done. How do you think can literary festivals help with that? Are they currently doing that? How are they doing that if they're doing that? And I mean, how can they help? And how can they actually improve and add to the overall overall literary scene or the betterment of literary scene?
वजीहा ये तो दुखती रग है.
I had to bring this question because I actually, because
No, because we've always
whenever
spoken
we
about
meet,
this,
we have to
and
talk about this, huh? We actually,
I have always spoken about this, and the thing is that I mean, so far, Alhamdulillah, somehow I have pushed my way through to these festivals. I do end up talking at these festivals, but मतलब
hmm,
बिल्कुल कहते हैं ना धक्के मार के जगह बनाई है. So the thing is that I want to be able to do that for the writers that I publish also. क्योंकि होता क्या है कि आपने फर्स्ट टाइम राइटर को पब्लिश किया, अब ना उनकी कोई
hmm,
फॉलोइंग है, ना उनको कोई नाम जानता है. They don't know what kind of book they've written. Readers don't know what kind of work they've put out there. अब हम कहाँ प्रमोट करें इनको? Literary festivals by definition should be promoting new talent. अब अगर उनको लगता
right.
है कि हर एक राइटर को हर सेशन नहीं दे सकते, तो वो एक पैनल बना के 5 लोगों को एक सेशन में डाल दें, so that those writers then are able to talk to other people at the festival. ठीक है, वो भी एक बड़ी नेटवर्किंग होती है जब आप जाके वहां पे दूसरे लोगों से मिलते हैं. आपने देखा हुआ है ऑथर्स लाउंज और ग्रीन रूम एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. उसमें यू एंड अप टॉकिंग टू अ लॉट ऑफ like minded, more
Yes.
successful than you people, and it's literally like it's a world of its own. तो अगर एक न्यू फर्स्ट टाइम राइटर को ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाए जिसमें वो और लोगों के साथ बात कर सके, मे बी फाइंड अ कोलैबोरेशन, मे बी just go and say hi to them, like it's not even like कोई बहुत ज्यादा फायदा उनसे निकलेगा. तो वो भी एक बड़ी बात है. सेकेंडली, रीडर्स कैन पुट अ फेस टू अ नेम. कहीं उन्होंने किताब देखी हो बुक शॉप पे जो एक नई, मतलब नया नाम है, कभी सुना नहीं है, कभी कुछ नहीं है, बट इफ दे सी देम डूइंग अ सेशन एंड इफ दे लाइक व्हाट दे हियर, मे बी दे विल पिक अप द बुक. और बात ये है कि लिटरेरी फेस्टिवल्स यूजुअली हैव स्पॉन्सर्स. तो ऐसी बात
Yeah,
नहीं है कि किसी
exactly.
को भी जेब से पैसे निकाल के नए राइटर को की जेब में डालने हैं. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. दे ऑलरेडी हैव अ सेट प्रोग्राम. यूजुअली इट्स 2 to 3 days. Can easily put in 5 writers a year. एक फेस्टिवल में अगर उनको एक पैनल या 2 पैनल भी डालना हो तो वो बड़े आराम से हो सकता है. So I feel that they need to open some doors. एंड बल्कि इनफैक्ट मैं कह रही हूँ कि उनकी फैमिलीज ही आके सुन लेंगी उनको. फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स ही भर देंगे
Exactly.
हॉल को. तो ऐसी बात नहीं है that their hall will be empty. If you put 4 new writers, I'm sure they'll get like 8 people to support them and just to enter the festival who might otherwise not even come. तो इतनी
Hmm.
इतनी कोई बड़ी और इतनी मुश्किल बात नहीं है. And I don't know why like it's such gatekeeping that happens.
Yes.
कि कैसे नए राइटर को अगर कर दिया तो वो तो गलत हो जाएगा, because they're not good enough or their work isn't highbrow enough, or they don't deserve to be there because their hair isn't white yet. There's a lot that goes on, I
Hmm.
feel. And if someone is able to publish, whether locally or internationally, अगर किसी ने इतनी मेहनत कर ली है कि उसके अंदर someone believes in their work, whether it's Reverie or Liberty or an international publisher, I think they deserve the door to be open to them. अगर उनकी बुक छप गई है तो उनको एक मौका तो जरूर देना चाहिए कि वो अपनी किताब के बारे में बात करें. There are only a few things that are helpful in promoting a book: festivals, reviews, and then social media. ये 3 हमारे avenues होते हैं जिससे हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं कि हम बुक प्रमोट करें. And if two of them, for example, bad reviews, closed doors to literary festivals, and social media तो चले उसकी फिर वो authenticity और वो सब भी होती है ना कि आपने मतलब किसी को दे दिया, they don't believe you or they don't go to that page. Like social media is still kind of, you don't really know if you're reaching 100% or not. जैसे paper reviews से you know that readers do read newspaper reviews of books.
Do they read newspaper reviews, by the way? I mean,
Yeah, they do. They
this
do.
was one of my
They do.
questions as well. I was thinking
Yeah.
about it. Are they still
They
reading
are
reviews?
very, I
Yeah.
mean, but that's bang your target market, right? जो
Yeah.
मतलब समझे 5,000 मतलब 5,000 तो नहीं 500 लोग अगर वो रिव्यू पढ़ रहे हैं तो वो सारे वो लोग होंगे जो रीडर्स हैं और जो इंटरेस्टेड हैं अराउंड दिस लिटरेरी थीम ऑफ आइदर पब्लिशिंग, राइटिंग, एडिटिंग, जनरल न्यूज, यू नो व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन.
Right.
तो वो जो 500 लोग पढ़ेंगे ना वो आपके बाकी 5 करोड़ लोगों पे भारी है, you know. So that's your target market. Literary festivals पे
Yeah.
जो लोग आते हैं, that's your target market. Literary festivals में रोल खाने बहुत कम लोग आएंगे, you know, जो आप कराची ईट या कोक फेस्ट और इस सब में आते हैं वो लोग नहीं आते लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल्स में. Most likely 70-80% of the people who show up for these sessions are intellectuals, readers, writers, you know, related fields. ये आपकी टारगेट मार्केट है. अगर इनको
And
आपने
yeah.
ग्रैब कर लिया, इनके सामने दो बातें अच्छी कर ली तो इसका मतलब कि you've reached somewhere, right? You're able to show what you're about. And I mean जरूरी नहीं है कि लोगों का बड़ा दिल आ जाए आपके काम पे उसी वक्त भी, but it's still an opportunity that you get to speak about your work. And I think everyone who is at least a published author deserves that.
That definitely, because most of the time I've seen there's so much good writing that is happening, but people do not know कि कौन क्या लिख रहा है, because usually literary festivals पे जो लोग आ रहे होते हैं उनका फिर भी होता है कि अच्छा हाँ okay, so these are the local writers who are writing, but if they're not part of a literary festival, so people also have this thing inherent वो एक दिमाग में है कि अच्छा if they're not a part of a literary festival yet, maybe their writing is not that good. See, this is how gatekeeping भी होती है. So I think it's very important for literary festivals to maybe वही वाली चीज कि एक पैनल पे 5 लोग आ गए. At least the writers will have some sort of chance to talk about their to talk about their book. Exactly.
थोड़ा कहीं तो मिले ना. अब देखिए, अब हम रोड पे जाके तो नहीं अपनी किताब उठा के बोल सकते कि ये भी पढ़ लें, ये भी पढ़ लें. मतलब किससे बात कर रहे हैं आप? यू हैव टू हैव एन ऑडियंस, राइट? अगेन अभी बीच में मुझे याद है कोविड से पहले एक कैफे कल्चर आया हुआ था. A lot of events were happening, especially in Karachi. I'm not sure about Lahore.
No,
but
Lahore as well. A couple of
book cafe type शुरू किया हुआ था जिसमें they would call, not necessarily even कोई नई किताब आई हो, but writers को बुला रहे थे. They'd have conversation, they'd drink coffee. Aspiring writers were able to reach out and talk to these established writers. किसी ने कोई अपनी कहानी सुनानी है, कुछ बताना है कि हमने लिखा है, मतलब that interaction, right? Which I see COVID के बाद थोड़ी सी खत्म भी हो गई. मतलब अभी I don't hear any book launches, I hear, but ऐसी conversation for the sake of conversation I haven't heard that anyone's having,
Yeah, come to
So
think
that
of it,
needs-
वैसे
Yeah, so that I guess if somebody decides to restart that, क्योंकि again देखिए उसमें पैसे नहीं है ना, तो जो भी अपनी effort डाल रहा है वो from the good of their heart is trying to organize something, because there's no money for the person who's moderating it, there's no money for the person who's coming on it, because कोई पैसे तो नहीं देगा आपको. Even if you're a well-known writer, we're still not paid to speak. जैसे बाकी एक्टर्स वगैरह को तो पैसे मिलते हैं ना कि आप वहां जाएं, तो आखिर like how do writers support themselves also, right? Like अगर livelihood
Exactly.
नहीं होगा तो वही है कि वो royalties मिलेंगी तो वो support होगा, and then 1 out of like 100 sort of ends up supporting themselves. So these events also I remember used to make a difference, but again किसी के पास क्यों motivation हो कि वो चीजें ये organize करे.
And after COVID, this culture has changed, you think?
After COVID, I've seen
bit,
like a lapse in it. I haven't seen it
Right.
happen that much. Maybe because, things have been transferred digitally. I see a lot of online things happening, which are great. I think online conversations definitely have a lot of value as well, because आप different जगहों से लोगों को एक साथ एक जगह पे लेके आ सकते हैं जो physical event में नहीं possible होता. But then obviously physical events have their own charm, and there's a lot of benefit in that as well.
Yeah, so
Right.
continuing to this fact कि जो trend आपने बता रहे हो कि digital पे transform हो गया है, wanted to ask not just in the marketing sense digital का impact, but with the advent of tech tools, specifically with AI, जो कि अभी it's like hardcore writing tools ही हैं. How do you see them impacting writing, and specifically again her I think her with every technical tech development in the publishing industry, एक सवाल उठता है कि will the physical books stay or will they be gone. जब Kindle आया था और e-books आई थी तब भी ये conversation हुई थी. I'm so glad the physical books survived that. But in your opinion, with the AI and all these other जो transformation हो रही हैं, specifically copyrights का भी is जैसे from in the artistic sense as well. आप हॉलीवुड में भी देख लें, there is a huge outcry about AI के जो उनकी voice और उनकी imagery जो replicate करने का, and then obviously not paying them for the entire work की भी एक conversation शुरू होगी. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna impact on the publishing side as well. I was scrolling through Instagram to saw this meme where it said, the AI we wanted to see was where they do the basic chores like the laundry and XYZ, and we do art. We get more time to do art and इस तरह की चीजें. But उल्टा हो रहा है that AI is doing the artsy stuff और हमें अभी भी laundry और वो basic chores करने पड़ रहे हैं. So what's your take on that?
बिल्कुल सही. I mean, I think AI को सबसे पहले तो बहुत बेसिक चोर्स पे लगाना चाहिए था, और ये वाली जो थिंकिंग है जिससे इंसान का जहन खुलता है, इसको बाद में आना चाहिए था. तो a lot of people say that you writers will go completely out of jobs because सब तो AI कर रहा है आपके लिए. But मुझे अभी भी ये लगता है कि AI is still very finite right now. I don't know the future. Perhaps it's going to, outlive the human brain as well. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But right now, if you ask AI to write a book somewhat like Harry Potter based in Pakistan, तो वो आपको बुक लिख के दे देगा. मगर उसको पता होना चाहिए कि हैरी पॉटर क्या है और पाकिस्तान क्या है. So it will never come up with a concept that has not already been explored by the human mind, right? हर कुछ जो आपने उसमें लाखों बुक्स डाल दी हैं, मगर कोई नई चीज वो नहीं निकाल सकता, क्योंकि उसके पास भी तो एक फाइनाइट मेमोरी है जो शायद एक ह्यूमन की लाइफ टाइम में हम सारी किताबें नहीं पढ़ सकते. But I just feel like in terms of innovation and in terms of new ways to do things, that will remain. Stories will always be relevant. The way you tell them will always be relevant. I don't think that AI will be able to take the human element out of reading and writing. हमें empathy नहीं सिखा सकता AI. So when we read or when we interpret things, हम बड़े एक तरीके से करते हैं जो शायद फ्यूचर में हो जाए, अभी तो नहीं समझ आ रही. मतलब मैं तो अपने बच्चे को भी बोलती हूँ कि आई वुड प्रिफर दैट आई डू इट विथ यू रादर देन यू चैट जीपीटी थिंग्स, क्योंकि उसमें आपने कॉपी पेस्ट तो कर दिया बट आपका जहन नहीं लगा ना, आपको समझ आई आपने क्या कॉपी पेस्ट किया है. सो यू हैव टू अप्लाई योर माइंड एज वेल. और जहां तक पब्लिशिंग साइड की बात है, तो वहां पे देखिए पेपर बैक एक वर्जन है, फिर उसके बाद आपकी ई बुक्स आ गई, फिर उसके बाद आपकी ऑडियो बुक्स आ गई, और फिर उसके बाद आपकी स्क्रीन एडेप्टेशन आ गई. So all of this, I feel like it's step by step. So I don't think books will go out of fashion, but physical books to some extent have. Not saying that still, books do sell 1 million copies for a successful book. That still happens. मगर उसके तरीके बड़े डिफरेंट हो गए हैं. मतलब जैसे ऑडियो बुक्स हैं, तो डिसलेक्सिक कोई इंसान है जो नहीं इतनी कंसंट्रेशन से पढ़ सकता, उसके लिए ऑडियो बुक्स बहुत अच्छी हो गई है. सो एक्चुअली दी पीपल हैव क्रिएटेड न्यू मार्केट्स rather than closing the book बुक मार्केट आई थिंक बहुत सारी अब तो और मजे मजे की चीजें आ गई हैं. As long as AI doesn't completely take us over and says कि अब सारी books are written by AI. um, I still feel that there has to be a human element to stories, and
Hmm.
I think I stand by it.
Hmm. So, Safina, your book, The Idle Stance of the Pigeon, right?
Isn't
That, Ajahan. So it's very close to my heart, basically, because I think, one of the few
you were the first
first
reader?
first reader, and it is
Yeah.
always such a privilege to actually read something that is a writer's raw work completely. It's like amazing. So you, in that book, you talk about a lot of things, but the main things that you talk about, you tackle the themes of grief and loss, which I think are very difficult to deal with. How did you manage? How did you manage going so deep about grief and loss? Because I think these are the most was two of the most daunting themes to tackle.
It was difficult because I feel like आप या तो आप अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से चीजें ड्रॉ करते हैं या फिर आप अपने कैरेक्टर की जिंदगी के अंदर चले जाते हैं. सो आई रिमेम्बर दैट व्हेन आई वाज
Hmm.
राइटिंग एंड यू एंड आई वर आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट थिंग्स. तो कुछ टाइम तो ऐसे होता है दैट यू बिकम योर कैरेक्टर एंड इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दिस हैज
Hmm.
हैपेंड टू मी. So I was Nadia and I was Misha and I was Zuhaib for a while. I think for a period of time in when I was writing the first draft, it just became like what's happening to me, like I've lost someone and what am I feeling. And that's just like quickly tapping into those feelings, then talking to some people who have been through similar
Hmm.
losses, who have um how do they deal with their grief if somebody's father passes away or somebody's family member passes away, like what feelings, being close to such people, reading about such people. So all of that kind of went into play, but I was very conscious of the fact that grief or loss में ना आप कभी कभी ज्यादा dramatize भी चीजें कर देते हैं, like you don't want it to be melodramatic कि
Yes,
oh I
exactly.
have this loss and now I'm going to just weep and weep and weep, because people process grief in different ways. Jo Zuhaib, a character, he processes it differently. Nadia does it differently. So I had to really be in their shoes to understand कि अच्छा ये ऐसा इंसान इस जगह पे in their lifespan, like how do they react to loss.
Hmm.
So I read stuff on loss, how people deal with it, some psychology related anecdotes and
Hmm.
stuff. तो उससे थोड़ी help हुई and then I was I guess able to write
Hmm.
about it.
Because it was very beautifully handled. अच्छा, एक और चीज थी in that novel. You talk about class privileges, right? Class structures हो गई, gender inequality हो गई. What were the other things? Harassment, social stigmas. You talked about a lot of things in one novel. So how difficult was it to combine all of these themes in just one novel and just do it so nicely?
I think initially, Vajiha, my base was going to be class differences. मतलब
Hmm.
उस पे मैं लेके अपनी कहानी, कहते हैं ना, वो कहानी मैं सुना रही थी.
हाँ.
But while I was telling that story, I realized that that person, yes, there's a class difference, but that person is also gendered. That person is a
Hmm.
woman. That person also works in an office. That person also marries. That person
Hmm.
also has a friendship. Um, so all these things, जैसे हम भी होते हुए, you are a mother, you are, you work, you're a full-time uh, working working mom, so you look after the
Yeah.
house, but you also step out of the house. Then you have your
Yes.
friendships. आप अपनी फ्रेंडशिप्स कैसे नेविगेट करते हैं, आप रोड पे कैसे अपने आप को नेविगेट करते हैं, आप रिश्तेदारों के साथ कैसे नेविगेट करते हैं. सो इवन विद इन दैट स्टोरी, दोज आर सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक सबसेट्स
Hmm.
ऑफ अ पर्सन's लाइफ. तो वो बाकी सारी चीजें जिसमें harassment and gender inequality, even grief came in later. I felt that the story seems like it revolves around grief, but the main
Yeah.
attention that I wanted to sort of draw, the reader's attention that I wanted to draw upon, was the class dynamics between these three children. ये मैंने कहानी यहाँ से शुरू की थी सुनानी. बट जब फिर मैंने देखा कि अच्छा वो लड़की बड़ी भी हो गई है, उसने अपना चाइल्डहुड भी गुजारा है, उसने किस सिचुएशन से अपने आप को निकाल के कहाँ डाला, शी वाज एजुकेटेड, what impact did that have, you know, how is she as an office worker, how do people treat her on the road, um trusting relationships क्या हैं, sibling relationships क्या हैं, you know, so हर चीज ना एक one dimensional person तो नहीं होता ना, बहुत सारी चीजें साथ साथ हो रही होती है. So I think all these topics kind of just came about, and I think that at some point I was overwhelmed by it as well, because I didn't want it to be a confusing story कि अच्छा ये भी बात कर लो वो भी बात कर लो, and you know, like it's not like a token story कि इसमें हमने ये भी बात कर ली, or you know, like I touched upon these 4 very important topics, but I think it just so happened that in her life, while I was writing about her, my character was going through these things, and I just didn't want to come in the way of it. So I ended up talking about all of these things.
And you handled it very well, actually. It's an amazing novel, and everyone should read it, by the way. It's Fatma.
I will. Yeah, I will. We were जो हम trees की discussion कर रहे थे, so I have actually read a couple of articles that you have written, so I was pretty intrigued based on that story, that writing style in itself. Um, Zafina, here I would like to interject and ask a question, because Vajiha and I in our last episode were talking about the importance of telling our own stories. When you don't tell your own story and somebody else tells it, और वो narrative जब highlight होता है तो फिर उससे stereotyping भी होती है. So based on what Wajiha was sharing here, and you were talking about your book, I have sort of like, my question has two components to it. One, in your perspective, women telling women's stories अपने एंगल से अपने पर्सपेक्टिव से, how do you see that leading to conversations about the situation of women in Pakistan? Because situation of women in Pakistan is not any one type. It's not high कि बिल्कुल बेचारी हैं. Yes, there are patriarchal society में हम रहते हैं, there are issues, but वो वाला चीज़ जो है वो कि जी कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा, all women are oppressed वाला एक लेंस है जो कि प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता है. एंड देन कुछ आप जब पढ़ते हो, जो स्टार्ट में फिक्शन राइटिंग शुरू हुई थी अबाउट, वो एक बहुत सेंशलाइज्ड किस्म की कॉन्वर्सेशन थी, रोमांटिसाइजिंग द एशियन वुमेन एंड द अरब वुमेन, जो अपना एक स्पेसिफिक बोलती है ना कि या तो वी आर लाइक आइदर इन बुर्कास और वी आर बेली डांसर्स, एक्सट्रीम्स हैं. So how do you see that changing? और इस question का जो other that I wanted to talk about, because the fact that you have like the publishing lens as well. Start में कुछ एक ये भी conversation थी कि जी the women authors who get really picked up or really get the recognition in the developed world, which have that publishing marketing का उनके पास है power, वो स्टोरीज ही वो पिक करते हैं जो कि वही वाली बात के एक रोमांटिसाइज्ड एक स्पेसिफिक लेंस से ब्राउन वुमेन आर शोन, साउथ एशियन हो गई, अरब हो गई, उन्हीं को प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता है. आई गिव एन एग्जांपल. Long time ago, I was talking to Usma Aslam Khan, who is also a Pakistani American writer, and she also mentioned that when she was starting out as a writer, one of her publishers actually rejected one of her, I think, story ideas, a book, I don't remember exactly, based on the fact that she was not writing a specific kind of female character coming from Pakistan. So, what's your experience? What's your take on? How do you see that changing?
I think a lot of stories that came out of Pakistan, and I think I've spoken about this before as well, were specific kinds of stories. वो एक expectation थी कि जिसमें आप एक तो बेचारी औरत की story सुनाएं कि बहुत ही जुल्म होता है पाकिस्तानी women पे, which is partly true. A lot of women have to go through a lot, but I just feel like there's a way to tell that story as well. आप एक तरह से सिर्फ वो स्टोरी नहीं बता सकते, आप उसमें, I mean, hopefully that's what I try to do with Tippler as well, कि उसमें होप भी डालें, अच्छी बुरी दोनों बातें बताएं. पहले ये एक्सपेक्टेशन थी कि पाकिस्तान से स्टोरीज या तो टेररिज्म की निकलेंगी या फिर यही बहुत ही सोशल इश्यूज किस्म की, इवन डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज वर मेड अबाउट only the very very extreme cases in Pakistan. मतलब जो होते तो हैं, but ये कि सारी औरतों के साथ वो नहीं होता, किसी किसी के साथ होता है, which is also very important. But I feel like again that's a lens कि वो बाहर का बंदा जब पढ़ रहा है तो वो ये बोलता है कि हाँ पाकिस्तान doesn't treat like its women right. मतलब सबके साथ ही एक ही किस्म का जुल्म होता है, तरह तरह के जुल्म होते हैं. I'd like to say that drawing attention to many different kinds of things that happen. And then I think one sort of story by Pakistani writers was about from Pakistani diaspora about identity and placement and partition. तो उसमें जो है ना बहुत सारी कहानियां आई कि brown girl in the UK, brown girl in the US, how does she feel, her culture, a lot of like the same tropes. I feel कि वो वहां के लोग समझना चाह रहे थे कि South Asian people settled in the UK, how do they feel? But again, those are not our stories, क्योंकि हम में से कितने लोग बाहर जाके सेटल हुए हैं. हमारे पास भी तो स्टोरीज है ना. हमारी we have stories of love and loss and grief and everyday life and parenting and um, even murders, I would say. We have our own sort of messed up society here that we want to talk about. So I think that Tipler being picked up, I think the publisher who picked it up also sort of publishes diverse stories. So I was lucky enough about that. But I have written to multiple agents and multiple publishers who continue to reject my stuff because they say that it doesn't fit their list. अब उसका मुझे exactly मतलब नहीं पता कि उनकी list exactly क्या है, because when you look at their profile and everything, they say literary fiction, out of the box stories, South Asian voices, family relationships. So it all, like, your work falls under all of that. But when they say it doesn't fit their list, it means that they are looking for a certain type of story. And that story is not yours. उनको नहीं समझ आ रही आपकी daily life की story या जो आपने लिखी है. They don't want to tell that story. And they really have to be behind your story to be able to sell your story further, right? Publisher bhi बेच रहा है, agent bhi बेच रहा है आगे से आपकी story. So I do feel that very few publishers take a risk on something like that like authentic Pakistani voices about what Pakistan is about. हमारी यहाँ पे क्या कहानियां हैं, कैसे husband wife relationships हैं, familial relationships, generational gaps. I mean, nobody's talking about how children are how our generation is sort of an in-between generation, because we listen to our parents and our children don't listen to us. So these things like this could be taken as satire. It could be a daily life conversation. मतलब बड़े मजे मजे की stories निकल सकती हैं. But I think that
Exactly.
expectation कि पाकिस्तान से कोई story आई होगी तो acid victims की आएगी, या terrorism की आएगी, या मदरसे की आएगी. So that expectation definitely still is there. And anyone who's sort of taken a bet on either me or any other writers like me, they're brave. They have basically surpassed what an expected story from Pakistan is like, and gone ahead and sort of backed us up.
Yeah, because we have a daily life, a lot goes on here, and we just don't have कि यहाँ पे acid victims हैं और ये वही whatever you were saying. We have so much going on in this country that we can write about and that needs to be written about. But
Yeah.
let's see कब तक ये होता है. So you spoke about rejections, Safina, and there's so many young people. I keep talking about young people, but new writers, they can be of any age, of
Yeah.
course. So many new writers, they go through rejections, or uh, I think
Yeah.
it's very difficult to face rejections, constant rejections, और कोई उनको hope नहीं नजर आती. What would you want to say to those people, or to those writers? How can they power through this constant rejection phase that that happens with every writer, I guess, either new or old, or of course new writers ज़्यादा होता है, but what would you want to say to them?
I feel that rejections definitely are hard to face. जब आती है रिजेक्शन तो एक दफा तो आपको सबसे पहले लगता है कि it's not good enough, you know, it's just it's not that the fact that they say that it doesn't fit their list doesn't mean that it actually doesn't fit their list. It means that your work is not good enough. So there are a couple of things one can do. One can reach out to a community if they have access to one. अगर readers हैं या दोस्त हैं या कुछ हैं तो उनसे multiple reading आप करवाते हैं. मतलब even with my own work, I've gone back and forth with either editors, friends, writers. I've workshopped them in my MFA. I've workshopped them in other courses that I've done just to somehow make it better. फिर एक point आ जाता है कि जिसमें शायद maybe you're done with that, you know, you're done with making it better because you know you spent like 1, 2, 3 years doing that, and that's when you start sort of shopping for an agent or a publisher. The thing is that, you know, just because you've written to 10 publishers or 10 agents doesn't mean that your book is not good enough. क्योंकि हजारों agents हैं. So it's really not that एक दो तीन चार लोगों से rejection आ जाए तो आपकी मतलब you pack your bags and go. I think continue to reach out to people, continue to read your story, continue to talk to people about your book, continue to write to people. ऐसा होगा कि you will find someone. But I have also been through this, and I haven't been through it after completing a novel. But एक point पे मैंने quarter of a novel लिखी थी, मतलब 10-15,000 words. Or I set it aside because I was like, I don't know where the story is going. It's not good. Put it aside. And I've done that twice. तो जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने just because आपने लिख लिया तो अब आपको तो publish करनी ही है book. Sometimes it happens that a new story will come to you. And that's okay, you know. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप जबरदस्ती वही story करते रहें. Like, do it for a year, do it for 2 years. If it doesn't work out, work on something else. Work on a different form, work on a short story, work on flash fiction, work on poetry, read more. Like, there's a bunch of things you can do. One thing you shouldn't do is be discouraged. क्योंकि जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर एक स्टोरी नहीं चली तो दूसरी भी नहीं चलेगी, और ये भी जरूरी नहीं है कि एक स्टोरी चल गई तो दूसरी चलेगी. So you never know that, you know, you're going to continue to produce good work, or will it be like a one-time wonder, or you'll do it twice and the third time it's just gonna be, you know, like not anyone's cup of tea. So I guess as a writer, it's good to have some sort of a network community जो आपको honest feedback दे सके कि अच्छा, you know what, this is not working. You know, like this part of the story is not working, this complete story is not working. So I think to writers, I'd just be like, don't be disheartened. Spend enough time on a book, on a novel. Get people who are readers and writers to at least have like a two-way mutual favor situation going on where they can give you feedback on your writing. Yeah, I mean, and at some point, if you feel like this is not working at all, work at something new. And if you really want to be a writer, it's a lifelong sort of commitment. It's not, you know, थोड़ी देर लिख के या कुछ वो नहीं होगा. आप लिखते रहे, कभी ना कभी कोई ना कोई चीज अच्छी किसी को पसंद आ जाएगी, and it's going to be, you know, your claim to fame.
Right. Acha, Safina, read a passage. Would you want to read a passage from Dipler?
I'll read a paragraph because a passage will be too...
paragraph, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just read a... One second. I've taken it out और अब मुझे जो है ना वो नजर ही नहीं आ रहा. Okay, yeah, I found it. So this is a paragraph that actually I just did a US book tour. तो वहां पे एक डैलस में मेरी रीडिंग हुई और उन्होंने ये पैसेज निकाल के रीड किया. एंड इट्स रियली फनी बिकॉज उससे पहले मेरी एक बॉस्टन में रीडिंग हुई थी एंड आई वाज फ्रैंटिकली सर्चिंग फॉर अ न्यू पैसेज फ्रॉम द बुक, क्योंकि मैं एक ही पढ़ती हूँ जो टाइटल वाला पैसेज है. आई विश आई कुड फाइंड समथिंग, और मैंने कुछ ढूंढा एंड I felt that it didn't work. I don't know, people said it did, but maybe they were just being nice to me or whatever. But उन्होंने ये passage पढ़ा and I'm like, I could have read this, you know, this is like a nice thing to read from the book. So it says, we are women of this decaying city. We are showpieces, we are badges of honor. Heaven lies at our feet. We are the backbone of this country, we are told. And yet, we are smashed, burnt, slashed, shamed, wrecked, demeaned, broken, and discarded every single day. So it's super
Wow.
short, but I think it kind of captures the essence of what I'm trying to talk about here. That women in our country वो कहते हैं ना इतनी इज्जत दे दी कि मतलब कुछ करने ही नहीं दिया ना फिर इज्जत में
बहुत इज्जत है, so much इज्जत
इतनी
कि
ज्यादा
मतलब
इज्जत दे दी कि
आप हमारी
like
माँ
if you
हैं और बहन हैं and पता नहीं whatever, because women have to be associated to
yeah
some male person. So
और अगर
yeah.
आप वो नहीं फिर नहीं इज्जत करनी हमने.
so super short but I really like that she read from
This
here
is
and
actually a very impactful
yeah
paragraph.
Yes. So, moving a little bit to on the lighter side of our conversation. So, as you mentioned, start May, you are someone, and I can relate to that. Someone who is reading a book back to back. If you're not reading, so समझ नहीं आ रही होती. For me as well, if I'm not driving to work, I always have a book. कि वो 15 मिनट जो हैं उसमें भी कोई 4 सफ़े पढ़ लिए जाएं, because with everything going on at times time निकालना actually मुश्किल होता है. So just share, what are you reading, what are you binging, what are you listening? So these three basically things that we have been wanting and we are constantly talking about on this podcast. So share listening may, you can talk about music, you can talk about any other podcast that you are listening or you would want to recommend. So yeah.
Okay, so I just finished reading this book called Luster. I was in New York with another writer called Durre Amna Aziz. She also moderated my session. So I also attended a book launch with her. तो वो वहाँ पे bookshop में वैसे I'm a serial book buyer. So if I go to a bookstore मैं 3 से कम तो उठा के बड़ी मुश्किल हो जाती है, especially when I'm traveling because most of my luggage is then my books. So she recommended this book called Luster, and I just finished reading it. I was reading this book that I also bought from Boston. Uska naam hai, and it's been shortlisted for the Women's Fiction Prize as well. It's called The Wren, The Wren. I really, really enjoyed that. And then Luster was such a smooth read. थोड़ी सी messed up थी, but I really liked it. So that's what I just finished reading, and I'm going to start reading this book by Rachel someone. वो भी मैंने न्यूयॉर्क से उठाई थी, वो मैंने अभी शुरू करनी है. But I finished Luster like yesterday. Yeah, so I'm rewatching Friends with my daughter because मुझे वैसे टीवी देखने का बिल्कुल शौक नहीं है, but she wanted to watch something with me. So I was like, okay, चलें ये हम देख सकते हैं. So we're rewatching all the seasons, and I'm listening to I only listen to music at the gym. तो मैं एक कोई बहुत ही अपबीट सा गाना है स्टार गेजिंग बाय माइल्स स्मिथ, और एक पुराना
like
ज़ॉम्बीज़ का
that.
गाना है ड्रीम,
Yes,
और
I
एक
like
पुराने
that.
जमाने का गाना है जो I've been like on repeat listening to. It's called Dreams by Zombie. Yeah, so that's the reading, watching, and listening part.
Yes. Now the rapid fire
Sure.
question.
So
The
we're gonna
questions
close
quickly.
with a rapid fire brief questions. So I'll start. Fiction or non-fiction?
Fiction any day.
Pop or rock music?
It depends. I mean, soft rock, I think my genre would be soft rock, but I can stand pop because I have a 14-year-old, so
Movie at
I
home or at the
tolerate
cinema?
pop. Sorry?
Movie at home or at cinema?
Home.
Attend a sports event or a concert?
A concert.
Comfort food or gourmet experience?
I think experience because I'm a very clean eater. So if I go with comfort food, then it would go against all my clean eating habits. So experience.
Um, Preferred superpower: talk to animals or understand all the alternative meanings of emojis.
Alternative meanings of
Emojis.
Emojis.
emojis. I guess alternate meanings. I mean, I could also talk to animals, but I'm not a pet person, so
Okay. What's your most used GIF while texting?
oh, this.
Or if you don't use, you can say you.
Yeah, no, this one,
Huh.
the one that
If you
smacks
could
your head, or
try,
this one. There's a lady who does
yeah,
this.
uh, if you could time travel, which era would you visit?
I'd go back to the 90s.
Ah, the 90s.
Yeah, when I was growing
By
up,
the
I think it
way,
was such a good time.
the 90s are coming back. My
Yeah,
daughters are
yeah. But
like,
I mean,
everything is 90s. But of course, 90s cannot really come back. But my
no, because
daughters are
there's
like,
social media now, right? Like our times were so
Yeah.
much nicer because there was nobody knew what was going on in each other's lives. We were just kind
huh.
of in our little bubble.
Morning person or a night
Are
owl?
we
Night owl.
done with the rapid fire questions, Fatma?
This is the second last one. Morning person or a night owl?
Okay.
Night.
Last one. Tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee. I was a tea person till 2 years ago, and then I totally converted. Like totally converted. अब मैंने एक चाय का कप भी नहीं पिया पिछले 2 साल से.
I can't. I can't with this,
Vajiha
Safina,
can't
because
believe
I'm
you.
such a tea person. I
Vajiha,
think I'm the only
I would not my day would not start without a cup of tea.
tea.
फिर मैं जो
हाँ.
अमेरिका रही हूँ ना रेजिडेंसी में,
Oh.
वो
Oh.
होता क्या था कि they would give us cold milk with the coffee, right? तो चाय तो थी ही नहीं ना, मतलब
हाँ,
वो तो आपको
उधर तो वैसे
डिस्पेंसर
ही
से
नहीं
कॉफी
होती.
निकाल के
हाँ.
देते थे.
हाँ.
So I actually got hooked on to black coffee. I don't even drink coffee with milk. वो जो
I have
उन्होंने मशीन की
tried.
आदत लगाई ना,
हाँ.
उसके बाद से I haven't like not a single cup of tea and not even coffee with milk. So 2
हाँ, but
साल
you
से
use
no milk
beans.
in my coffee.
हाँ. But you use coffee beans ना, because instant coffees तो बहुत बुरी.
Coffee beans and
Yeah,
also
instant
instant
coffee.
also I work with. उसमें भी
Instant?
मुझे कोई मसला नहीं है. Yeah.
Right.
I can drink
Okay.
that also.
I think I'm the only tea person
Percolating is
left.
better. I am not a coffee snob. Give me any coffee, I'll
हाँ.
be happy. Even decaf I'll drink, but it has to be like very hot and a little strong.
Right. So I think we're done, Fatma. We can now wrap it
Yeah,
up.
we are done. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll hopefully have you back
Of course.
anytime
Thank
you
you.
want
This
to
was
talk
such a fun
about.
discussion.
Anytime you want to come back with any of your new books, anything you're doing publishing, any writer you want to send our way,
Excellent.
we'll be more
Excellent.
than
Would
happy
love
to have
to.
a conversation. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Okay, it was amazing to
Thank
talk to you, Safina, as always.
Thank you.